Hey tankers, and welcome back to World of Tanks with PR154. We're continuing our personal campaign series. This time we are looking at completion of the first of the Union missions on the Chimera personal mission set. So that's the set that follows the Excalibur, the Tier 6 tank destroyer, then the Chimera, which is a Tier 8 British medium tank, and then the Object 279E. But obviously we are still a very long way from the Object 279E. So the objectives of this mission are fairly simple. We just need to make it to the podium. So place top 3 on the team by experience earned. We need to win, and for the honours condition, we need to survive. And we're in a fantastic tank for the purpose of completing this mission. The Tier 7 tank destroyer, SU-100M1. It's a very durable tank, very good penetration on with the gun. Frontally, you end up with about 240 millimeters of armor on the upper hull. Even the upper frontal glacis, you end up with 205 millimeters of armor. And in this Tier 7 and Tier 6 matchup, we can probably afford to play a little bit more aggressively to sort of... We can see our T20s pushed up to clear out this area, so we can advance a little bit more confidently and push the enemy heavy tanks, or bottle the enemy heavy tanks back a lot further from the middle of the map. What that does for us as well is our team has also been able to seize the initiative somewhat in this area as well. So if we can keep these guys bottled up, not only do we avoid this area from being a threat, but if our team can take this area, they can pour a lot of plunging fire down into this area and really start to cause some damage. Speaking of causing damage, the enemy haven't been able to do too much to us just yet. We've been able to inflict about 1,000 hit points of damage, just sort of rolling forward, firing, and then pulling back. Bit of frustration from the Caro P88, who's decided to switch to the gold to try and start putting holes in us. And then they eventually find their mark with the premium rounds. Again, it's a shell option they probably need to take with the SU-100M1. It's frontally, it's quite well armored. Even side scraping, as I sort of later discovered, not so much in this game, but in subsequent games. The side scraping ability of this tank is also quite phenomenal as well. So you can sort of pop out, bait those shots, and then pull back. So even with the gold, we're still managing to bounce a lot of rounds from this Caro. There's only sort of one shot that's been able to penetrate and hit home. Such as the penetration on this weapon as well, 212 millimeters of base penetration. It's going through most of what we're shooting at, provided we're not pointing it at anything obvious and silly like a turret facing. We're probably able to basically poke holes in most of what we see. Kill on the T29 by my platoon mate Dillo. That was his 3rd kill of the game. So so he's sort of crept up with the AMD 78 here with his E25. Has just been able to hammer the enemy tanks while they've been bottled up in this corridor. And I guess you see a marriage of a lot of things going right for us in this game. We've had our T20 that's cleared this area out quickly. We've had a fairly sluggish advance by the enemy heavy tanks through here. And with the T20 being that sort of aggressive medium, we've been able to sort of push past this sort of kill box that's also present on the Erlenberg map and advance through it. We've only taken a single kill for our team so far, the Jackson, and we've been able to basically clear out the mid. There's a couple of tank destroyers and light tanks left up here, a couple of stragglers left on the castle, and it appears they're being sort of chipped away at by the T32 2GFT and the T29, and we're sort of making good headway through the A line. Often that Often that's the sort of thing that's required to knock over a lot of these personal campaign missions, is just a lot of things going right for you. And in this case, we had a combination of teams, a combination of things. We had a very good team behind us, and of course I had a very good platoon mate in Diloquian in the E25. And for just 2 kills to our team, we've been able to decimate the enemy team with still with 8,000 hit points left in the tank. Let's take a quick look at the results. So that's a very convincing victory for our team. We've come away with a level 1 mastery for our efforts, and a host of these sort of epic and battle heroes medals. Being platooned up with Diloquian in his E25, he was able to take 3 kills. I was able to take 3 kills, so we get the Brothers in Arms award. Steel Wall for just bouncing a horrendous amount of damage here, sort of nearly 1,500 bounced, and of course High Caliber for causing at least 20% of the enemy team's hit points in, or claiming it in our damage count of so over 3,200 hit points. Our mission objective here for Union-1 of the Chimera was we had to place top 3 by experience, we had to win, and we had to survive. So we know we've won, we know we've survived, and as far as experience placement, we've very convincingly placed within the top 3. So check to that box. So I guess it's a straightforward enough mission to complete. You need to do it in at least a tier 7 vehicle, but the SU-100M1 is just an awesome machine if you're trying to knock over a lot of these Union missions of the Excalibur and the Excalibur and Chimera and a lot of the tank destroyer missions as well. Just because you can play it so aggressively and be rewarded for that process. The only thing to be super careful of with the SU-100M1, its rotational ability is not great, and it's not that fantastic as a medium to long range sniper. You'll miss a hell of a lot of shots if you try to snipe with it. And of course the hit point pool at 850 HP is not doesn't give you a lot to work with. So you can only take so many enemy hits before you can really start to sort of knock yourself out of the ability to play the game aggressively. But in any case, SU-100M1 can recommend for a lot of the Union and tank destroyer missions. And if you'd like to see one of your replays featured on World of Tanks with PR154, please reach out over Discord or one of the links below, and we'll do our best to sort you out. In the meantime, take care out there.